Hello and welcome to another OPN update. I'm Timothy Shea with MAGA Institute. Yesterday was a red letter day for health in America. President Trump has assembled what is perhaps the best health administration in the history of the company, with Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy, Dr. Oz, Dr. Bhattacharya. It's something to have people that are committed to returning the standard of care to evidence-based medicine. The Democrats always talk about evidence-based medicine and then proceed to engage in crony capitalism. The Trump administration is actually going to return us to evidence-based medicine. We want studies that are conducted competently.
Tylenol during pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever, that you feel you can't tough it out, you can't do it. I guess there's that. It's a small number of cases, I think. But if you can't tough it out, if you can't do it, that's what you're going to have to do. You'll take a Tylenol, but it'll be very sparingly. It can be something that's very dangerous to the woman's health. In other words, a fever that's very, very dangerous, and ideally a doctor's decision, because I think you shouldn't take it. And you shouldn't take it during the entire pregnancy. They may tell you that toward the end of the pregnancy, you shouldn't take it during the entire. And you shouldn't give the child the Tylenol every time he's born and he goes and has a shot. You shouldn't give a Tylenol to that child. All pregnant women should talk to their doctors for more information about limiting the use of this medication while pregnant. So ideally, you don't take it at all. But if you can't tough it out, or if there's a problem, you're going to end up doing it.
And let me disabuse anybody that thinks Tylenol. What's wrong with Tylenol? Tylenol's over the counter. Well, so is aspirin. And my brother was sent into a coma by taking aspirin with a fever from a viral infection back in the 1970s. It triggers a condition known as Reye syndrome. Tylenol can be fatal. An overdose will shut down your liver and kill you. It's a medication that should be examined. We need further studies. But for people who are out there thinking, oh, well, President Trump's crazy if he thinks Tylenol causes autism. It's like, well, you're crazy for thinking it doesn't. Because we don't know what these medications do and don't do, because there haven't been any competent medical studies. And the studies that have been done that are trustworthy are indicating that, yes, indeed, Tylenol is a problem. And so is folic acid supplementation. So is folic acid in bread. They're looking at that as well. But the underlying issue, of course, is the vaccines themselves. And the president went on to talk about the number of vaccines given little children, the ridiculous vaccines given children. Why are we giving hepatitis B injections within hours of birth when hepatitis B is sexually transmitted? The pharmaceutical companies are scared, and they have a right to be, because they have destroyed 2 generations of American children. 1986, when they got their immunity shield, the floodgates opened and the number of vaccinations skyrocketed. 72 for a normal child now, many of them given together, and it's giving them together that's causing most of the problems, it appears. So good on the president, good on the president's team for tackling this issue and for being brave enough to stand up to the pharmaceutical companies. Another recent development that's going to be salutary for our society is the requirement that all of the side effects be listed when they run an advertisement on TV or radio. So I think we're going to see no more pharmaceutical ads, because listing the side effects would take longer than the 30-second ad spot. The president had a big day yesterday. He had a big day today in New York. Let's see what happened to him at the United Nations.
President Trump. Schumer.
Oh, look at that. Apparently, the escalators at the UN aren't as good as that beautiful golden escalator in Trump Tower. That's right. Halfway up, the escalator stops. No bueno on the escalator. The president gave the UN a hard time about that, saying how he had bid years ago on a remodeling job for the UN. He was going to give them beautiful marble floors, and then he commented, look, you've spent more money than my bid, and you didn't even get the marble floors I promised you. You're walking on terrazzo. You don't even know that, do you, that you're walking on terrazzo? And for those that don't know, terrazzo is a much cheaper stone than marble. It's nice, but it's not marble. It's nice, but it doesn't cost as much as marble. So why did they pay as much as marble? And then when the president lost the bid, he said, okay, you're going to spend more money than what I bid. You're not going to get the building I offered you, and just wait until you see the cost overruns. And then he commented that, yeah, I was right. He took not only the UN, but also individual countries to task. Let's take a look at his remarks.
What makes the world so beautiful is that each country is unique. But to stay this way, every sovereign nation must have the right to control their own borders. You have the right to control your borders, as we do now, and to limit the sheer numbers of migrants entering their countries and paid for by the people of that nation that were there and that built that particular nation at the time. They put their blood, sweat, tears, money into that country, and now they're being ruined. Proud nations must be allowed to protect their communities and prevent their societies from being overwhelmed by people they have never seen before, with different customs, religions, with different everything. Where migrants have violated laws, lodged false asylum claims, or claimed refugee status for illegitimate reasons, they should, in many cases, be immediately sent home. And while we will always have a big heart for places and people that are struggling and truly compassionate, answers will be given. We have to solve the problem, and we have to solve it in their countries, not create new problems in our countries.
As if to underscore the president's remarks, rioters broke out in Italy today. It was, of course, our good friends, the Red Green Alliance. It was Antifa and the Muslims. Mass migrants, as they're calling them now. They're not mass migrants, they're Muslims. And they were burning down Milan because Italy will not recognize a Palestinian state, whatever a Palestinian is. I'm over here still waiting for my question to be answered. If a Palestinian state is what they want, why have they rejected a Palestinian state every single time Israel has offered them one? You can look it up. Every single time Israel has offered a two-state solution, the Muslims have rejected it. If the Muslims are so peaceful and loving, why do their Egyptian neighbors have a landmined, razor wire topped, arm guarded wall all along its border with Gaza? Now, these people are political pawns. They're not looking for independence. They're not suffering a genocide. These are terrorists that are looking to kill every single Jew in Israel. That's their goal. That's what from the river to the sea means, and that's what they want. There is no negotiation with terrorism. And anybody that thinks that they can, Keir Starmer, is going to end up like the frog in the parable of the scorpion and the frog. That's the news update from OPN. I'm Timothy Shea with MAGA Institute. Until next time, God bless you. God bless these United States. Keep fighting the good fight.